Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday morning show, final half hour. It doesn't look like Florida out there, although it's nice today. We're going to be in 60 degrees. Our next guest, I'm sure, is, low 80s probably. We mentioned earlier in the show yesterday, North Dakota State added a running back out of the transfer portal out of Oviedo, Florida. DJ Scott, by way of Kennesaw State, announced late Sunday that he's going to be transferring to North Dakota State, has 3 years of eligibility. His high school coach joins us here on the show this morning. Greg Odierno is the longtime coach at Oviedo High School. As he was telling me off air, is the alma mater of one Blake Bortles and DJ Scott. And Coach Odierno joins us here on the show this morning. Thanks for the time. I really appreciate it. Bison fans want to know, give us the lowdown. What's DJ Scott going to be able to bring to Fargo?
Oh man, he is going to be everything you want in a running back and then some. He's a downhill runner. I had DJ his junior and senior year. Everybody in the area, he was conference player of the year. When you played Oviedo, you knew you had to prepare for number 6. Every team did. They would load the box, and we still liked our matchup, giving him the ball. Definitely a downhill runner, slasher. But the thing that I think people won't know about DJ until you get to meet him. In 2 years of being his head coach, he never missed one summer workout. Only player in the program to do that. Practice player through the roof. Usually, the better athletes, they want to take a couple plays off in practice. DJ was the type of kid in inside drill that it would be week 8, 9 in the season. And, hey, man, you've ran power and counter, 300 times this year. Hey, just, let's lighten your load. And he was not about that. He wanted every rep in practice, always first to finish sprints. So the things that you really can't coach that are just innate and inside of a player, he has them through the roof. And so I think you guys got a tremendous talent, and it's going to be a perfect fit with your system.
Greg, what did he tell you about his trip to Fargo, and what made him say, this is where I want to go?
Oh man, we were talking leading up to it. Once he booked the OV, we were talking about what the facilities are going to be like, what the scheme's going to be like, and he knew Coach Orgy from recruiting him back in high school, and so it's just a matter of when he gets up there, what would it feel like home? And he said, day one, absolutely. I was texting with his mom the whole time, and she was blown away by the facilities and just the family atmosphere that NDSU has. And he was sold from the get-go.
When NDSU got in the picture for him in this part in the portal, was that, hey, that's when you should pay attention to? Did you give him any advice on that?
Yeah, so we were going back and forth. Sorry, got a school bell.
It's okay.
We were texting back and forth, and he told me that they were interested, and I was like, DJ, this fits your running style like a glove. And we just the 3 days that we talked prior to it, he's like, holy smokes, like he was impressed with the offensive line play and just the success. I mean, everybody knows about NDSU that, you guys are one of the premier programs. It doesn't matter what level of football there is in the United States. And it just, as it got closer and closer, he just got way more excited about it.
Can you describe, we see only a little bit of highlights from playing at Kennesaw State, his running style, and because NDSU, as you well know, has a long lineage of pretty good running backs. What is his style? Is it comparable to anything?
Yeah, he's a downhill running back. I forget which running back you guys had a couple years ago. It was one of the national championship years. He was number 31 or 30. He is a downhill runner. For us, and what we ran a lot of power counter and outside zone, and he's a one cut back, and so he's not going to dance. He's not going to do a lot of those things. He's going, if it's 1v1, he's going to try to take that and run right through your face mask. He's one of those backs. He gets stronger as the game goes on. And not to be cliche, but he played his very best football in our biggest games. In the games that we had to win, district championships and playoff games. We played a team his senior year, first round of the playoffs, and they had 5 guys with Alabama offers. And we had DJ Scott, and we came out on top. So, they knew he was getting the ball. We had to go on a game-winning drive to really put us ahead. And out of 9 plays on that game-winning drive, he had 7 of them. And so, through the air, he's a complete back. A lot of people like to talk about his running style, but very, very soft hands, really elite route runner out of the backfield. And so, yeah, you're getting a complete back, and will also stick his nose in there and lead block too. He'll do whatever it takes to win. He's just a competitive kid like that.
For people that see Greg, that okay, he didn't play a whole lot at Kennesaw State. What I know you weren't there, but what can you tell us about that in the background of why things maybe didn't work there?
Yeah. So as a true freshman, he scored a touchdown, got 9 carries, really looked very bright. And this past year, they had a coaching transition halfway through the season, and kind of fell apart. He was in the mix. He uploaded all his practice film, and you could see he was getting after it. Played some on special teams, and then once they got rid of the previous coach that recruited him, they got this new coaching staff with the new scheme, and really wanted to bring in their own guys.
Mm.
And it's a shame. Kennesaw had over 40 guys that were kind of escorted into the portal, and DJ was one of them. And it wasn't what we thought in the beginning, but ultimately, it's a blessing. It really is a blessing for him to be up in Fargo and get after it there.
If I have my directions correct, and you correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are about what 20 minutes north of Orlando. Is that about right?
Like 5 minutes
Oh,
north of Orlando.
okay,
Yeah.
all
So,
right.
yeah, UCF, the Knights, they're just south of us.
Okay.
And so, yeah, 5 minutes north of Orlando. We're more on the east side of town. If you were thinking like downtown, about 45 minutes away from Disney.
So my point is though, the level of football is pretty darn good. You mentioned describe on a Friday night on a week to week basis. I mean, how many
Mhm.
Division One guys are you playing, and how many do you have on your own roster?
Oh yeah. So this past year, well, right now, currently, I have three players who hold Division 1 offers. So last year when we played, we had 5 kids on the field. And every week, depending on the week, you're looking at anywhere from 6 to 10 players that are going to wind up playing Division 1 football. So yeah, we're no stranger to good competition down here. DJ's last game we played against the team, Jones High School. They had a kid who signed NIL for $750,000 with the University of Florida, and had 12 kids off of their team signed Division 1. So
Wow.
yeah, he's no stranger to tough football, and yeah, they play good football around
The
here.
That was my other question, and I know NDSU is actually pretty well known in Southern Florida, and you're part in the central part. How well is North Dakota State known in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I would say for the average kid, football player, they know about it. Obviously, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, tackle that just went first round. I believe you guys had additional 2 or 3 players drafted.
Correct.
So the brand is up there. Winning football is up there among football coaches. We try to watch as many NDSU games as possible, man. The way you guys control the trenches and tough physical football, it's second to none. And I've sent 2 players, 1 player to South Dakota State, another 2 players to South Dakota, and every time they come back and I'll ask them about the Fargo Dome, is it as revved up as they say it is? I'm like, Coach, it is unbelievable up there. It's loud, you can't hear anything, and they have nothing but positive feedback from that.
Now, obviously, the counter to that is the weather. Have you told him about what to brace for? That may because he was up here in April. It's great, but it's a little different in November and December.
Yeah, exactly. Being just outside of Atlanta for the last 2 years, he's gotten a little taste of how cold it can go. But it's summertime, so winter coats are going to be discounted, and we're going to stock up on those for him. Yeah, no, he's going to adapt to what he has to. That's the great thing about him. We played in some muddy torrential downpour games. It doesn't change. Just give him the ball, let him go.
Would you say the ability to get out of the backfield, catch the ball, is that something you used him at all in high school? And can he do that at the next level in your mind?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I know he had 20 plus catches. We used them a lot in the swing screen game and a lot of angle routes and a lot of wheel routes, ran a lot of mesh. And he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. we did a lot of 7-on-7 competitions over summer when he was here, and we're a Final Four team every year. And I thought our biggest mismatch when we had him was putting him 1v1 versus a linebacker on option routes, and just allow him to really use his athleticism and speed to take it away. So yeah, he's a 3-down back, 100%.
I off the top of my head, I think right now there's already 3, maybe 4 Florida guys that are on the roster. How big a deal do you think that can be? That they're already got, maybe not from around Oviedo, but the fact that there are other Florida guys on the roster that could help.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Obviously, the speed down here is second to none, and you mix a couple of these athletes with some of the big guys you have on both sides of the ball. I think it bodes well. I think you guys do it the right way. You don't want to have too many Florida guys, right? You don't want to lose your brand.
Yeah.
But I think if you do it the right way, you add some key pieces, and I think it could be a success.
Coach, this was great. Thanks for giving us a little background on DJ. Appreciate it. Enjoy the weather down there, and thanks for the time this morning, okay?
Appreciate it. Go Bison.
Greg Odierno joining us from Oviedo High School in Florida. That is the home of DJ Scott, the newest running back transfer that will officially sign with the Bison later this week. So NDSU's got 2 incoming portal players, as we mentioned off the top of the show, and at least a couple more coming. Got a defensive end out of Arizona State and a running back out of Kennesaw State, and I really appreciate what Coach Odierno said there. And he phrased it in a way I've never heard before, that Kennesaw had 40 players escorted to the portal, which meant they were encouraged or told to leave. And I only bring this up because I got into and I really wish I hadn't done this, but I got into a debate about this with someone on social media a while ago, saying, well, no coach ever would tell a player to leave. And that's just flat out baloney. It's happened forever. It's happened long before the portal became a thing, that this time of year after spring ball, the coaches would strongly encourage players like, you're not going to play here. It might be time to look somewhere else. And the fact that we live in this fantasy world that didn't happen is straight out baloney. And you heard it there from their coach. New staff came in, told the guys, get out. You were recruited here. We don't want you. It happens all the time. I just wanted that to be said, at least by someone, not by me. That guy's in the business. He knows what's going on way more than I do. So we appreciate his time there. We'll break. We come back. We'll wrap up the show and get you ready for a busy Tuesday night. Twins in action, Wild in action. We'll get you ready for all that and much more when Hot Mike wraps on a sunny Tuesday morning right after this.